My guest on today's Up and Close comes with a little surprise. She is a renowned interior designer, an architect, and a mom. Today we're diving into her world. Let's see who it is. Finally at the door.
Hello, hi,
Oh
welcome.
God, lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you as well.
You have such an amazing space.
Thank you
I
so
love it.
much.
I must say I'm a huge fan.
Oh, thank you so much. You know, I'm always trying to mix things
Okay.
around so my space changes as much as possible.
So finally we are diving into the world of Ayanda Carter today.
Exactly.
The super talented interior designer.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank
I
you
love
so,
it.
so much.
I can see
Welcome
it.
to the space, and
Thank you
I
so
love I have to be creative all the time.
Yes, I
It's
see.
like a fashion change, so this change is always good for me.
Wonderful.
Hi, my name is Ayanda Carter, the owner of Irocco Interior Designs, as well as Melanin Creatives. I'm here with Mariana. Okay, so this is my living room space.
Okay.
I'm constantly with different blinds and curtains. I love that sort of thing. And this is my signature part always. I always have 2 or 3 carpets, different designs, different floor spaces. I'm constantly doing that.
Anything like very personal about, you know, what you try to like incorporate in your space?
Yeah, well, I always try to do an eclecticism, as I would call it. So a bit more of Africanism. I love my pots.
Yeah,
which is great. So I always make sure I have my Nigerian pots. If I have my
Just to
pepper
bring that
soup,
local-
and that exactly.
Amazing.
So that's always kind of something personal to me. I also like have a mix of fabrics. So all the time you always find either 1 or 2 different fabrics on my couches.
Okay, so you
I'll have
change
a
this as well?
Yes, constantly. So every maybe like 3-4 months I
Everything
get
just
bored.
revamped.
Yes. So I'm always in that type of mode. And of course I have my son, so he's a little bit of an artist.
I see.
So I constantly have that as well.
painting.
And then of course my dining space, my mom, being the artist that she is, she's always in part
lovely
of my
photos.
workspace, also my house. And these are kind of old clips of when she was 32 or so. So that's actually what she looks
I
like.
see the reason it's like
That's my mom, yes, that's my mom.
Lovely.
So yes, I'm always large on certain, I'm really big on certain things like mirrors. I love to have a reflection back on items. I really love dining, constantly cooking. I know it's a shock, I do cook.
I wanted to ask, how
I
do you manage
do.
all of that? But I know that it's going to be a long day today.
Yes.
And I cannot wait to like, so where are we going first?
Okay, so we're going to go to the site first, and then
Okay.
we're going to go to my office as
Yay,
well.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited about that too. I know with your pretty self, please stay the way you're staying. I just want to make sure that I'm in the site mode. All right, that's it. Can I get the helmet, please? Yeah. In the back, the helmet. There we go. You're okay then, right?
Yes, I'm good.
Hello. Well, welcome to our site. JJ's going to explain some of the stuff we're doing. This space. Is this you? Well, please meet the main contractor, the extraordinaire,
Nice to meet you.
Mr. 1001 Builders. So,
Whoa.
yes,
Amazing.
that's the name of his amazing company. So he's just going to give us a talk about what it is that we're doing as well here.
All right.
That's fine. Oh no, we'll ask the questions, of course. So this particular floor.
So this is the third floor
Yeah.
of this whole building.
All right.
We're having the gym here. This is the gym space.
Okay.
And work is still ongoing.
Yeah.
So I cannot explain too much when the work is finished. This is the gym space.
Well, these are like for offices, yeah?
Yes,
The building.
so it's a commercial project.
Yeah.
We started some few months ago. So what we're just doing here is just fit out.
Yeah.
The marketing spaces, gym, offices, doors and stuff like that.
So it's also just to try and understand, like I mentioned to you earlier about the organograms and understanding how business works. So you know which department is on which floor and which section is. I think there's some changes he's also made in terms of like the design. Okay. The ceiling stuff, I think kind of remained with an exposed ceiling.
Yeah, exposed ceiling.
So
it was supposed to be a normal 60 by 60 so
yeah.
But then, you know, like
so it actually means that this is going to be exposed. You're going to actually see it as it is, but I think we're going to stick to a specific color. Be black or white, black. So everything will be sprayed. No, but you'll still see all the pipes. You'll still see all of the cable trays. You'll still see the HVAC, all the ACs. You'll see it like that. So it's called an exposed ceiling. Okay. So therefore, it's important for him to outline. But the electrician is just fantastic when it comes to outlining the way it has to be done. So every floor has a different department, basically. So from all the way to the top.
Yeah. But we are trying to make it look as if it was planned.
Okay.
You understand? But when you
last minute decision.
You have to plan for an exposed ceiling.
Okay.
So when you don't plan for that, you have to now start trying to make it work as if it was planned. So then you have to now have pendant lights.
Yeah.
The lighting has to be different because it has to complement the whole thing.
Finally, Melanin Creatives is here. I've been in the world of interior design for the last 16 years. And to be very honest, with everything happening in-house, we never get to actually give you the opportunity to see what really happens on the sites and in our work. But I want to open my world of interior design to you, show you the various projects we've worked from residential to commercial projects, how to be very flexible within the hospitality industry, understanding the various norms and how it all ties in to what design is. So please do share this moment with me. Get into this application moment and be a part of Melanin Creatives.
Now, starting off as a young designer and architect, what were your fears and how did you, how did you move past your fears?
Wow, I had a few fears initially. Okay. I think, you take a leap of faith, you take the risk and you go with it. But I was more fearful as to how people's responses would be in the industry. How is it coming into the environment where there's different people, you don't really understand how they work. I was more fearful about, okay, are they going to be accepting of it initially? At some point I realized they were not, but I just would go along with my professionalism, as it's supposed to be. So it's been a bit of a challenge, but I had to be interested in what the architect wants to achieve, what the builder wants to achieve, and all the different sectors that make the project what it is. And from that, it just made me a better designer and, more interested in what the ambience of the space would be. So it's like I said to you, it's been an interesting journey, but it's been worth it. It's really been worth it.
And coming into a new country and seeing how things are done here, is there any difference from what you used to know?
Wow, a lot of differences. A lot of differences. I think, because I'm already coming from a very developed infrastructural country, yes, and coming to Nigeria that is very dynamic and allows you to recreate. I think you have to have an open mind. I decided to come in with my open-mindedness and be inspired by the environment that I'm around. And I took that in and made that the basis on how I would move forward. I think that was one of the best decisions I ever made. It actually, if you don't go through Nigerian Pepe, you haven't felt anything. If it hasn't dealt with you, you haven't felt anything. Enough. Yes, you gotta be strong enough to handle it. You really have got to be strong enough to handle it from all sectors. And you're learning every single day. There's something to grasp, and you have to actually take in how the client is, the personality of the client, what the client wants. You're turning left on Ozumba, what the client wants, how the client wants things done. And you have to be dealing with the character. You just have to, yes.
And I know how people can be very, this is what I want, I don't want it else, you get something else.
Exactly.
Have you picked up any language?
That's a good point. Maybe a little bit. Kiloshe. Hey. I think there's only like 1 or 2 Yoruba
okay,
words.
Kiloshe.
That is it.
Any broken, any...
Funny enough, I have my broken. It comes out when I'm a little bit angry. It does come out.
It's a lot on demand. Yes. You can't say like...
No, I can't speak in a normal
Have you been to any street area in Lagos?
Oh, yes. but I wasn't speaking Pidgin though, but I've been.
So if I was to come to you, like cross you on the road, and you want to kind of be,
I would just say, how far now? I would just say, how far? Kilo Shay, and that's it. That's as far as I will go. That's it. As long as I kind of look like I'm blending in. Yeah, so they shouldn't ask me any questions.
You have definitely blended in so well.
Yeah, I really have. And
I know we're welcoming very much.
What? Nigerians are very welcoming, there's no doubt.
So you started traveling very young?
Yes, I started about 14.
Whoa.
Yes, so because I'm originally from Mozambique, so we used to go by road to Mozambique, and of course we do driving from South Africa into Mpumalanga and then out into Mozambique. That was my first full journey of understanding what it is and traveling. Wow. And then of course various countries over the years. Wow. And being a black woman, black Mozambican South African woman here, I think those things make it even more special for me. When you're being embraced as well by fellow black Nigerians as well. I know we've always spoken in referring to color from where we're coming from, so that's why I bring it up as often. So it's been a hell of an experience. Hell of an experience, from the clientele to this general public to social life but I'm happy that I'm in this transformative time where I'm seeing the changes.
I know.
You know, it's amazing to be
Well, is there anything about the bustling city that kind of inspires your creativity?
Always. Fashion, art,
music?
You see, music always. Are you kidding? Music it's always there. Music is always the inspirator on all of it. And I think that in that transformative way, when you're around other creative things, they make you create more in your workspace. So I'm really inspired by so much. And the food, oh gosh, oh my god.
Which have you had?
Oh my god, I love amala. Oh my gosh.
You love
amala, ewedu, begere, and the stew on the side.
Yes.
Beef, shaki, everything.
Let's go.
I'm ready for that.
So I should give you a name then.
Yeah, you can. I have Jimoke.
Oh, you have a name?
Well, Jimoke would be my Yoruba name, so my Igbo name would need to be
Choma.
It would have to be Choma. But yes, I've gotten those opportunities, which is I thought I'm just waiting for a Hausa name though. Okay. Oh no, Khadija.
Khadija is good.
Khadija, yes. That's the
wonderful. I'm glad that you're enjoying it here.
I love it. I'm home. So I'm happy to share that for like back home. I'm like, oh, South Africans, please come. But you know, there's a lot more business and things to learn and grow here. So I'm always an advocate for recommending Nigeria.
Then I'll see to taking you out in Nigeria then.
Please do. You can go to a local joint in Sulere.
Yes. In Sulere.
Yes. Let's go there and have proper food, like really, really good local food.
All right.
You know, we really go through a lot of challenges. It just depends either on the professional part. We're dealing with other contractors. I like to work with people that think as well. You know, you have to think about what the end result would be, and it's good.
You have a lot of awards on the wall.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We've been building up on our great opportunities over the time. So, and because we've started really teaching a lot more in universities, etc., we're getting a lot of awards and merits for being there for the youth. Yes,
necessary. And then seeing that it's been a long journey. Yeah. What was it like venturing into interior? Wow. How did you?
Well, I mean, I studied interior architecture. So I know there's a bit of a difference of it, but I studied that in South Africa.
All right.
And then I got to understand a bit more about the built environment and understanding the differences between them. So coming into that industry kind of made me understand from what it looks like from a carcass before even going into the beautiful finishes that people go for these days.
Wonderful. So you've always been a lover of like art and...
Yes, I actually used to paint. I used to paint actually. I was doing fine art from the age of 14.
Wow. And
I've always loved painting and drawing and sketching. And I took some time to really visualize. I spent time visualizing how I wanted spaces to look.
Nice.
And I was really inspired by my surroundings, travel, going to different countries and that sort of thing.
And then seeing that you were very much appreciated and awarded, celebrated for your, for a lot of modern aesthetics, and seeing that your brand has a lot of touch. It has that sauce.
Yes, it does.
How would you describe your design philosophy?
Okay, so for me it's a mix of things because I can design 4 different ways. I can design in a classical environment, I can design in a contemporary, so I kind of understand how to design in an eclecticism way. So eclecticism is really a means of designing with the different genres and the different ages of furniture and internal looks and feels. So it's like kind of having a mix of it all, yes. So that's why in a lot of my interiors you'll kind of see that there's something that's a little bit, I would call it odd, but fits in. And it's different from the norm. So those are one of my very strong pursuits in terms of our philosophy in designing.
Wonderful. And then for young designers, like you see a young aspiring designer, what would you advise in interior designing and architecture?
Great. So I really believe we're in a market that is filled with talent. I think it's untapped talent, but we need to be able to assist the youth in coming into this environment. So my advice majorly into them is to really skill yourself up. You have to skill yourself up. It's not just about going to school and being in a job. You need to be able to know what's happening with leveraging on AI, how to use 3Ds on AI, how to understand how design is moving. So you need to really be invested and do a self-development investment in your skills. So my huge advice with them is that once you have a phone, you have internet, you have light, we're in Lagos, so hey, you know, we need to consider these things. Then you need to leverage on that. There's a lot of free courses online. There's Melanin Creatives that we've come up with now that we're doing in-house classes and and also online classes that can assist you as well. But you really have to skill up and plan better all the time. You're planning better. And you know, the thing is you have to foresee it before even the client sees it, because once you have the solutions to it, you know, okay, there's a problem there, I need to kind of solve that issue.
The clients might not be able to visualize it. So you
yes.
Design, draw it.
And then show, this is how you do it. Exactly. You just know that on that day, you might just come up with a problem with, you need to have the solution. Yes.
And I see that tech and AI is rapidly like moving up the ladder. Do you think the interior industry is something that, because I see some things that would normally do, AI is doing them, they're doing them already.
Yes.
Do you think this industry is something that would maybe AI taking over, sort of?
Well, it's a very interesting time. I think that people are learning how to do the programs, and with that they're coming up with new ways of designing. We are all in a discovery mode right now, so that's the exciting part about it. AI can't totally take over it because you still have to physically do the work. But in terms of those initial conceptual phases, definitely with AI, a lot of clientele want to be able to see what the space would look like. Not everyone has a visual expression of it. So AI helps us understand what would the space look like and feel like, what is the ambience, what's the lighting,
so
etc.
hand in hand.
It works hand in hand. So it's an exciting time. It really is. But that, like I said, we've got to skill ourselves up to see what's happening in the world.
Whoa, we have to. And then seeing that you have such a lot of things going on here, I would really like to take my time to tour your office again, like I did in your house. It's been such an amazing time with you.
Thank you.
I totally enjoyed it. I enjoyed going to the site, and I'm sure my viewers love them too.
Most definitely.
Definitely they will. All right, this is all on it on Up and Close with the Ayanda Carter. See you on my next episode.